This is D, and Less Stress for Life. That's what's up. Who of us would be like Kanye, thinking that we would be a conductor on the Underground Railroad, linking with the Quakers, the Mennonites, the Seventh-day Adventists in the safe houses, or traversing the many tunnels that are under the grounds that are now Pine Forge Academy? And where's Pine Forge Academy? Well, it's in the Quaker country of Pennsylvania. And how many of us believe that we would go all throughout those tunnels and end up in New York, in Canada, saving our people? Like Kanye, many of us just run our mouths but do little in relation to the station in which we find ourselves. And the beautiful sister about which he was speaking was Harriet Tubman. As a teenager, she suffered major traumatic brain injury. How did she suffer it? Because she was trying to defend a fellow slave. And this brain trauma remained with her for the rest of her life. Do you have just as few stripes on your back as Kanye for the cause of your people? Then you might need to get off of that kill Kanye's career train, because that train might be coming for you next. And besides, you may be way more like him than you care to even admit. Now, there are people who have done very little to really distinguish themselves, but during times of crisis, they rise to the occasion and they're all about it. One such person was Henry Skinner. In 1958, he was just a janitor at a hospital. But what happened? One night at that hospital, he saw in the boiler room the boiler getting red hot. He realized that if he didn't do something, or that hospital was, there was going to be a major fire or a major explosion or something like that. So what he did was he ran over to the valve that was also red hot. And what did he do? He turned that valve with all his might, although it was red hot. And he saved hundreds of people that night. And just like Sister Harriet, the injuries that he sustained that night were lifelong. Maybe Mr. West will be like Henry Skinner and do something spectacular, even though he's really not distinguished himself for being a majorly positive contributor in his community. But let's not run him down. Let's look in the mirror for ourselves. My brother, my sister, what have you done to build your family, to build your community? What in your day-to-day can you do to empower your family and your community? And here's the thing. What are you doing right now to empower your family, to empower your community? If you really can't say much of anything, then once again, you need to get off of the kill Kanye's career train, because you might be much more like Kanye than you truly want to admit. As it relates to spirituality, let me give you a quote from Harriet Tubman. She said, "'Twasn't me, 'twas the Lord. I always told him, I trust to you. I don't know where to go or what to do, but I expect you to lead me." And he always did. Let me be very clear in case you didn't understand that. She said it was not her. It was the Lord. She always told God that she trusted in him. She didn't know where to go or what to do, but she expected that God would lead her, and he always did. This sister trusted in God. Now, many of us are just like Kanye, in his camp, on his train, and what is it that we're doing? We're selling our souls out to the devil. We're selling our souls out to the dominant culture, and we're even selling our souls out to the dollar bill. So once again, we need to get off of the kill Kanye's career train because we're much more like Kanye than we even care to admit. Many of us want to turn on Kanye, but our lives show that we probably would have turned on Sister Harriet. But if you're really about it, my brother, if you're really about it, my sister, then please save your energies, not for the destruction of one of your own, but for the liberation of you all. You know to like, subscribe, comment, as well as share. You also know to click on the notification bell so you can get updated for our next video. And you also know to go to www.destressmethod.com for more resource information. So since you know all that, I bet you know that that's all we got for now. This is D, and Less Stress for Life. That's what's up. Peace.